Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about police misconduct and negligence right here in Coventry, Rhode Island. So here's how the story goes. About a week ago, I was offered a new job at a nonprofit doing outreach work. The job employment process requires a BCI screening at your local police department or AG's office, as they are felon friendly. I recently learned that the AG's office no longer does background screening for behavioral health. This is a new development. So I was instructed to go to my local police department. I called my local police department and I requested a background inquiry, and they instructed me to go online and fill out a request and that it would take about a week to hear back from them. I waited about a week and I didn't hear back, so I called to check up on it. And they told me, oh, shucks, we only have one guy that does the background checks, and he coincidentally just left for a surgery, and he's not going to be back for a month. So I was pissed. I was like, what are you talking about? He didn't know that when he told me to fill out the request online and to wait a week. He forgot he had a surgery coming up, right? I call bullshit on the play. So I asked to be escalated to a superior officer. The superior officer seemed to try to cover for the first officer and agreed that they were a month behind, but he assured me that they have somebody working the BCIs and that he didn't know what the first officer was talking about. So already we're getting conflicting stories from Coventry. They're playing hot potato with my request for a background check. They're dragging it out, right? It shouldn't already be this difficult. So I left a message for Chief Hayes and I never got a return call. At that point, I notified my local town rep as well as the town manager and town clerk. The town manager sent emails on my behalf to the chief of police requesting that he called me at his earliest convenience. That never happened. The email went out, but the chief never complied. He never called back. So today, me and my wife started another process of calling the police station, trying to get this background check done. And I told my wife, I said, watch this, right? I said, you call this morning and you request a background check, right? And it's the pretty white girl routine, right? All cops love to be the hero for the damsel in distress, right? So my wife calls up, sure as shit. Oh, yeah, we can get you in right now. She's like, oh, good, I'll let my husband know. Right? So, okay, so now I'm down there and I'm pissed. Right? They're playing hot potato with me. They're making it impossible. They're telling me it's a month wait, but yet my wife can get in wha-bang to get a background check, right? So I went in there strapped with my body camera, knowing that I'm about to make noise and complain about the chief. You all remember my past videos about swatting the legal way. We had, 4 different videos in which depicted the chief not responding to phone calls, and I think I got one email response from him that was like 3 words, right? Minimal. It was like, somebody will call you back tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that was it, right? But that was with that whole swatting prank. So I go in there today, and this is how it plays out. This is me pulling up to the police department. You'll be able to tell it's the Coventry Police Department. So I got my body cam strapped to my hip. I'm pissed. We're about to audit these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Yep, that's what I'm here for. Awesome. Can I please have a complaint form while I'm waiting? Cool, thank you very much, man. So that was my first contact with the dispatcher there. The officers I dealt with today were wonderful. I wanted to note that as well. It was my officers from yesterday and the chief of police that allows this to happen and is negligent about returning calls that I am complaining about.
Here's your complaint form, back from MO, just fill it out, close it through. Just so you know, I don't know, I think I talked to your wife.
Oh, you're the detective.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So the reason why we're doing it is because, in my opinion, you were lied to on 2 occasions, all right?
It was free, but yeah.
I don't
Thank
know, I'm
you,
not
though.
good at
Thank you
comments.
for,
So when
validating my feelings.
you first called, they told you you'd be hearing this week.
Yeah,
That's
and that
a
was
lie.
about a week ago.
That's a lie. It's a 2-week process.
Okay.
So what they should have said is just follow the website, but they didn't.
And
And then the 30-day thing, I don't even know where the hell that came from.
I think I don't know what one officer told him, but I think the other one was kind of backing him up kind of deal, you know what I mean?
So we're correcting this now.
Yeah,
But
thank
here's the
you,
thing,
man.
if you go out and you put it on Facebook, I'm gonna have to do 100 today. So I'm asking you is just.
So
they have a
continuous
I'm
pattern.
fine with it. You guys
Okay,
have freedom
so
of
just
speech.
to be
Yeah,
transparent,
no,
alright,
that's
but I
fine.
won't put anything additional up.
Yeah, because if you go in and say, oh, they did mine today because I complained, then I'm gonna have 900 complaints and I'll be doing 900 fingerprints. I'm taking care of you.
If you got 900 people waiting on a list, that means that you have an ongoing problem of you guys dropping the ball and being very passive and negligent with people's BCI inquiries.
Because you were lied to.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thank you
So
very
the
much.
officer's gonna come in and take care of it, okay? So just.
Oh, I'm not doing it with you?
Hey, and he even says it right there.
Because if you go in and say, oh, they did mine today because I complained, then I'm gonna have
All right,
900.
he's gonna say, I'm doing this for you because you were lied to.
Because you were lied to.
Bang.
Okay? So the officer's gonna come in and take care of it, okay? So just.
Oh, I'm not doing it with you?
No, he's gonna take it. I don't know how to do it, to be honest with you.
Oh, I thought that they were telling me that like special detectives or something had to do it.
Supposedly he's not here, so I'm gonna be honest with you, we're gonna try to work our way through it.
Cool,
I'm
I'm
trying
down.
to get it done.
So one of my complaints was that they were telling me yesterday that one special guy had to do it. And I was like, that's bullshit. Because if I went out and I got caught shoplifting or a minimal crime out there in the community, any available officer is going to be able to take my fingerprints on that machine, right? So why do I have to wait for this one special guy? Why can't just any officer meet me and take my fingerprints? And that's exactly what this detective organized for me today. He was a little bit slammed this time. He was very helpful, as you could see, and I try to be as polite as I can with them when they are helpful with me. I'm not here to be a pain in the ass unless you're trying to be a pain in mine. You see what I mean? But the officer said, and I had the how are you guy from Coventry. He was the officer that actually took the prints. Nice and easy peasy. We're in and out in 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
I'm down.
All right.
Cool, thank you very much for your help, man.
You know, but what I had to deal with yesterday, no civilians should try to have to deal with to complete something. Now, they're telling me a month wait. They're going to hold me back a month's pay. But yeah, I'm going to be taxed again within that month so that you guys can get paid, right? And still have your jobs and paychecks, right? It's a catch-22. It's a conundrum, right? And it's not fair. They need to respect our time and the complexities of our lives as the civilians and residents of this town that make the money, that pay the taxes, that keep them employed. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy, but they are the public servant. I am the public, they are the servant. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, so I filled out this complaint, and basically, the sum up of it is that I'm actually complaining about Chief Hayes, and failing or refusing to return emails, phone calls on numerous occasions, and this time he was instructed to call me back by not only the town manager, but the clerk and my representative, John Peshwa. So this is insubordinate at its max. He is a rogue officer, and my complaint is here. I am going to scan it on my phone, and then would you like me to put it in that box? Well, I'm going to be going to the town hall right after I leave here. I'm cameraed up right now because of the way that Coventry Police has decided to handle me. I don't feel safe in the area. So you'll notice my body cam right here, the same brand that you guys use, Bob Love. And I'm going to be taking it right down to the town hall right after, and I'm going to be asking the town manager about the insubordinates, the sexism.
Now, I do have to say, this guy was probably shitting his pants right now because he was probably like, oh, wait, shit, that means he got me talking about them lying on camera. Right? I haven't even thought, that just crossed my mind right now. Poor guy. He was a nice guy, though. The detective that helped me out today, right? And him being honest and transparent with me, the civilian, is exactly how the police ought to be, right? He's an outstanding model of our Coventry Police Department. My complaint is directly against the two yesterday that lied and made life difficult for me, and the chief of police failing to return the phone calls or emails regarding complaints about officers and actions like this.
Because, I, as a white male, was told it's a 1 month wait. I tell my wife, hey, be sneaky and call them. And she, oh, and all of a sudden it's working out, right? And it's what I call the pretty white girl trick. Right?
Whoa! Drinks, you owe me a Coke.
Sure, thank you.
I couldn't do that again if you paid me. And I do understand down here my date is a day in advance. Today is the 11th. For some reason, my body camera is stating it's October 12th. Whatever. So that's it. Now, I took this here. This is the photo of the report. You saw the flash go off while I was talking to the dispatcher. So this is a photo of the report here. It's asked the rank and name and Chief Hayes at Coventry PD. The date of the incident was 10/22, right? It says Chief Hayes on numerous occasions purposely intentionally refuses to return email or phone calls, even when instructed by town manager, clerk, and local rep. And again, like I said, this all started back with that swatting prank, right? And back when I was pursuing complaints about that and how the police were handling it, I wasn't getting return calls from Hayes. I got like one quick email that referred that somebody else was going to call me back, but for everything that I was going through and the numerous reports and numerous times that I visited the police station, the police should have stepped in, especially being requested to step in a lot sooner and a lot more formal. But we got very passive leadership in our department that allows the officers to run amok. And as they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? So they're telling me now that Chief Hayes is out for a vacation, coincidentally, right? He just happened to leave for vacation, right? I'm going to call bullshit on the play because that's what it usually is from Coventry. You know what I mean? Even then, if you want to take a vacation, that's fine. But we pay you a salary. And when you walk around in public, you got that air of entitlement because I'm a cop 24/7, right? Especially when you see a young white lady in distress out there in the public and you're off duty, you're a cop 24/7. But when you are required or asked to return a phone call or something, you are no longer a cop 24/7. You are now off duty to the white male. See what I'm saying? The shit's got to stop. Now, if it's not the white male, then it's me personally. And if it's not me personally, then it's just a pattern of negligence and misconduct by you guys. So you guys can pick whatever your explanation is for me having to go through leaps and bounds like this to get simple tasks done. But whichever explanation you choose, it's still going to make your department look like shit. And I hope you understand that. So thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch my video on my update on the Coventry Police Department. Looking to hear back from the town manager's office sometime this week. Take care of yourselves and each other.